Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, January 11, 2023. I'm here to give you another video because there's have been some updates about the disappearance of the mom of three from Massachusetts. Her name is Anna Walsh. I just learned today that her husband is still in custody. So that's good. So there's something going on. That's why he's in custody. There's something that the police still feel led to keep him in custody because I don't think it's a money issue that he's not out yet, but there's something happening. Like I said, I actually thought by this time yesterday, like by this time today, we were gonna have some type of like breaking news. He's been arrested and officially charged. But to be honest, what I'm gonna tell you now, and we have to be so careful, right? The press is the officials from the investigation are coming out saying don't jump to conclusions so fast. It's kind of hard to in this case because there's so much evidence. The searches that he did on Google, how to dispose the body of a 115-pound woman, she's like the same way and everything. So it's strange the way he was coming out of the police station, was smiling and all of that. That's a little that's an uncommon behavior, right? So they're saying don't jump to conclusions, and to be honest, yes, just by looking what I'm gonna tell you now, something is not adding up. And now I'm no longer like last night I was 100% he knows something about it. Now I feel like there's something else happening. Okay. And let me not jump to conclusion. Let me just tell you why I'm changing my view on this whole thing, because now she insisted. We know that she reached out to her mom, right? And she insisted for her mom to come the next day. And from looking at her Instagram and from reading about her and the party that they throw for New Year's Day and all of that, it looks like she was really looking forward to 2023 and how she was getting herself prepared for something big to come in 2023. I'm a firm believer in expectation. Be always expecting that God is going to do something great in your life. That's the type of expectation that I'm always looking for, that I'm trying to keep myself on. But something was happening, and we understand that Anna was traveling from Washington D.C. on a weekly basis, because she worked there and lived in Massachusetts with her husband and kids. So let me just read to you why I'm changing my mind a little bit, because something is not adding up now, right? So she actually left a note, okay, for him, and it was written. She left a note. Let me just read to you. A needy note written in bright red letters by Anna Walsh, looking forward to the year ahead from a New Year's Eve party just hours before she disappeared, came exclusively was revealed today to the press, right? This is what the note said, and she wrote it in this kind of like it was written in a Lanson Noble cube champagne bats. Okay, there's photos out there. I can't post the photos. They're not they're not my photographs, so I don't want to get in trouble for that. But she wrote a note in a cardboard box of a champagne container, right? Champagne bottle, where the champagne comes. That's what I'm trying to say. So she said, wow, 2022, what a year, and yeah, we're still here and together. So basically the note was for Brian, right, her husband. She continues and writes, let's make 2023 the best one. Yeah, we are the authors of our lives. Okay, she said, courage, love, perseverance, compassion, and joy. Love, Anna. And like I said, the champagne was the Lanson Noble cube bats, champagne bats. Okay, the champagne as of right now, because they were taking photographs, the press, they say the champagne sits in the kitchen table of Anna and her husband Brian's family home, which appeared to be largely untouched since the party. And then Another side of the bats says Jim, Anna, and Brian 2023. So this okay, everybody, I had to cut this video a little bit, but so the other side of the bat says Jim, Anna, and Brian 2023, right? So what I was saying was, it looks like this family was very expectant of 2023, and I think we all are in some way, but they have something planned specifically for the year 2023. So for that's something else, right? So for her to be missing now when the year has finally arrived, it's a little weird, right? So there was a lot of looking forward to the new year. That's what they say. The people that celebrated New Year's Day with them, they were looking forward. But this is interesting because this is why I'm changing my opinion a little bit, okay, to be honest. um she left a note written in a champagne bottle. She was supposed to leave on the 3rd, and then that same night, New Year's Day, she um Brian said, the husband said, that she woke him a little after 6 a.m. saying, I have a work emergency to attend in Washington, D.C. And she left for the airport, okay? And that was the last time he saw her. That's interesting because, like, I don't know, like, there's something strange with that. There's something strange for her to, for her employer to not. I want to hear from their employer, right? Who reached out to her that said, hey, we need you here before that? I mean, you go from celebrating New Year's Day. I mean, in New Year's Eve, right? Everything is closed. Unless you're like a doctor and one of your patients is like dying and they need you as soon as possible. I don't know what else could it be from a real estate agency that is like, we need you. Like, they're gonna, for her to, she awoke in Brian at 6 a.m. They just celebrated New Year's Eve, right? New Year's Day. So everybody goes to bed late, right? I mean, her guests were leaving at 1:30 in the morning the same day. And now she gets this emergency. You gotta get here as soon as possible. What could have been happening? So if we could hear, that would be great. If we hear from like her employer and be like, yeah, we sent her a text message at 4 in the morning that we needed her as soon as she can get here that day. That would make probably more sense than to just believe, oh yeah, she had a work emergency. Because if we hear the employer saying, oh yeah, I reached out to her, I actually spoke with her, or sent her an email, she replied right away, like, I'm getting there, no, don't worry. We could like probably clear Brian, right, a little bit, and be like, oh yeah, somebody actually asked her to come. But but they're not really saying anything with the agency, right? So that's weird. I mean, who gets a call? That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make sense. Who gets a call the day of New Year's Day? Everybody goes late, so you probably, if you're calling somebody for an emergency, you will hate it, but it will only be an emergency for you to reach out to somebody and say, we need you here as soon as possible, something crazy is going on. So that's a red flag to me, and then, for her to, that's what he said, she woke me up at 6 a.m. and then they left. And then the other thing too, like, they were planning a lot for this year. And the other thing about Brian, right, everybody's, digging information about him. He's actually has been part of like, he's still Brian Walshe. I don't even know how to explain it. Brian Walshe was under house arrest for art fraud when his wife went missing. Like, he's under house arrest. And I understand, like, I'm not like into law, nothing like that. You guys know I'm a designer, but it's like, your husband is under house arrest. You work in a different state, and you're gonna just leave, and that's okay with everybody. Like, if he makes a mistake, I don't know the perimeters of house arrest, right? But if he makes a mistake Like, you have three young kids that are gonna need you, like, now until you get a flight coming back from DC. They're gonna need you as soon as possible. If he messes up the house arrest, or something happened in his case and they're gonna go to the house and get him, like, you have three young kids, right? Could that be have been more manageable? Like, yeah, she's gonna just work from home now, into the situation with with her husband is settled. Like, this is not making sense. It's not normal behavior for a family to have the dad on house arrest, and the mom is like, okay, I work in DC and I'm leaving 5 days out of the week, and I'll be back for the weekend again. Like, anything can happen. That's like playing with fire, like I said, walking on thin ice. Like, anything can happen. That's really taking a risk, right? Especially, it's not like her mom was there. She's asking her mom to come. Maybe that's the reason she was concerned that something could happen. It's just so weird to me. Like, the more you learn about everything, it just doesn't make sense, right? It says here, Brian has been arrested and held in jail for misleading investigators about the whereabouts on the same days. Okay, he actually reported her missing on January the 4th. So that's, she went missing on the 1st. That's 4 days. Police searched the property and found blood in one of the homes, like I told you guys yesterday, and a broken knife. The search continues for her, but it's just interesting. And then there's more stuff, right? It says here that friends of Walshe and Brian said she was acting strangely in the months leading up to her disappearance, promising, excuse me. So her friends are saying she was acting a little strange in the month leading up to her disappearance, promising a big surprise in the new year. So this family is definitely getting ready, right? Because everybody expects the new year, right? We, like, for me, New Year's Day is one of New Year's Eve. Like, I love that. I so much, to something new, a new beginning, kind of like a thing. And but there was something planned for her, for the family, right? That's what I was saying. So they were very expectant to the new year. And then the friends are kind of like confirming that. They're saying she was acting a little strange in the months leading up to her disappearance, promising a big surprise. So something was up, right? Now I was also thinking maybe she was pregnant. I don't know, right? They also said that she sold, maybe they were moving. She sold of assets for cash, including selling an apartment and a car for cash on December 28 and 29. Okay, so now we have December 28 and 29. That's like what, 2 days before she went missing. So who did she sell the car to? Are they checking on those people? Are they checking on who interacted with them? Was this sold like at the dealership, or was this sold to an ad on a paper or Craigslist or whatever that she sold this car to? That she was getting rid of stuff for cash, right? So it's almost like she's begging her mom to come, right? Like, what, she needed the help. Or, right, what I was saying yesterday, maybe she was concerned about Brian's behavior. But something is strange here. Definitely, the more you read into the whole story, like I said, it's almost like I don't know about him anymore. It's almost like she was selling stuff, selling an apartment, selling cars, on December 28 and 29. That's like 2 days before. So are they tracking the people who last interacted with her? I had sold cars before. My first car, when I sold it, the guy's phone was on my cell. You're testing back this and the other. Or, one time I was looking for like a receipt or something with the registration. Reaching out, these are completely strangers that you meet, right? And then you're selling them something, and like, anything can happen. I'm trying to, like I said, let's not jump to conclusions, but you get to meet people like that you probably never met before. And and then she disappears 2 days after she sold the car. So that's what I'm talking about. It's a little strange. Nothing is adding up, said Mandy Silva, who rented the apartment in Revere, Massachusetts from Anna and Brian, right? She rented the last 4 years. Brian is being held on $500,000 bond and pleaded not guilty to a charge of hindering the police investigation at an arraignment on Monday. He's under house arrest and waiting sentencing for selling two Andy Warhol paintings on eBay for $80,000. On Tuesday, police discovered potential evidence such as a hatchet, bloody rug, and cleaning supplies while searching the trash facility in Peabody, which is north of Boston, a little over an hour from the couple's home. Authorities also seized two dumpsters and trash compactor from the apartment complex of where Brian Walshe mothers live, and then they told the neighbors. So what were they planning? Were they planning to eventually move to Washington D.C., the whole family, even though she originally was living there, until she moved to Massachusetts and got married and started having kids, like, which there's so many things that could happen. And I think that after you read what the new update is, it makes you wonder, like, what, like, so probably there's more information about this. And I just, the more you search about it, was he okay moving, is while you're under house arrest, are you allowed to go to a different state? Probably not. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know the details of stuff like that, but maybe she wanted to get a head start and move to DC before. I mean, she's selling the apartment, she's selling cars. When people do that, they're getting ready to, I don't think it's like, she had a good job. I don't think it was a money issue. When the people start selling stuff like that, they're moving, they're going somewhere. And somebody probably did not agree with that. And now she's missing. And it's a little strange. That's why the friend said she was acting a little strange. And maybe she wanted to, he's under house arrest. Maybe she'd be like, she probably was like, I'm moving with the kids, and then we'll, once you're done with your stuff, then we'll get together or something. Anything could happen, right? It's so hard to like understand. But she's calling her mom, can you come here as soon as possible, pleading for her. I mean, her mom said she was pleading with her to come. She said, Anna is a leader. She had a very big position in her job. She needed help with 3 young kids. Like I said before, we're not talking about 12 and 13-year-old who come home from school, they make their own food and things like that. We're talking about 2, 4, and 6. They need somebody with them all the time. So yeah, it's quite strange. Everything. So we'll see what happens, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have a good night. God bless. For coming back to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and share this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.